Hey everybody, welcome to the third podcast of the Whiteboard. I'm Zach.
I'm Gus.
Today we have a special guest, Zach Stockbauer.
How's it going today, guys?
Zach's joining us to talk about a couple topics that we have today, so we're pretty excited to have him. First guest on the show. How are you feeling about it?
Pretty good. Pretty excited to be the first.
Very good. So Gus and I got a couple topics that we decided on today. First one is a little update again with our business. Gus, you want to talk about what we did today?
Yeah, so today we just went door to door trying to, like we talked on the last one, we just went door to door trying to get our brand in front of as many people as possible, and it was alright. We're gonna try it again maybe at different times in different neighborhoods, but that was pretty good. And then as far as other marketing, we're still just monitoring the Facebook ad we put up a couple days ago. And then I just tried putting our the home cleaning service in the marketplace in Facebook. Hopefully some people see it there. For me and Zach, we're still trying to find a solution to get repeat customers, but
Yeah.
we think that if we just build a solid customer base and because right now we only got about 50 or so, and if we can probably get that to 100, it'll probably be the repeat customers will start coming in a lot easier.
Definitely.
But yeah, Stock, why don't you introduce yourself to the people? Who are you? Where are you from? Where do you go to school? Just give them a nice little 30-second rundown of who you are.
I'm Zach Stockbauer. Me and Zach were roommates this year at CU. Went to Monarch High School, going into my sophomore year at CU.
What do you like to do?
Live life.
Sure.
Give me three hobbies.
3 hobbies of mine. Go to the gym.
Sure.
Walk my dog.
You like to ski?
I do that in the wintertime.
Alrighty. Well, let's get right into it, Stock. So, me and Zach Sadler want to talk a little bit today about we've talked in the past, we both want to be business owners and entrepreneurs, but we were talking, the one business we would not want to get into is owning a restaurant. And that's kind of contradictory to Stock, because Stock has said he wants to own a bar. So Stock, why don't you start? Why would you want to?
Like, not more of a bar, but more of a restaurant itself. I've always been someone who likes food and being to try new things and go places and enjoy different types of restaurants. And being able to see it live action with my uncle producing cooking shows and working with professional chefs and along those lines, it's kind of just opened up my eyes to being able to kind of run a nice restaurant. I think that'd be just kind of something fun since I've always enjoyed food.
Well, is it something that you want to do as your main job, or is it something more when down the road when you have enough money?
It's more down the road, something more like a hobby. If I get enough money to be able to open up a nice restaurant and find someone to do it with.
That makes a little more that's something I would be more open to. I just don't want to start a restaurant as a main thing for me personally, just because of all the startup costs you have to deal with and things like that. And also, I just don't know enough about the food industry and all all the particulars. But mostly it's just startup costs for me. Why I wouldn't. But also, I was looking at because you really first couple years you're not going to make a lot of money owning a restaurant with the cost. All the startup costs, all the food you're going to have to pay for, all your employees you're going to have to pay, building space, and then of course there's the risks, which I don't know enough about, health regulations, things like that.
Yeah. There's a lot that goes into it, and kind of, especially starting out, I feel like you make a lot of mistakes with it. I would say the things that I just don't like about it is just with the restaurant business, a lot of times there's just such a high turnover rate, with employees and whatnot, because they just come and go because it's such a difficult space to work in and high pressure a lot of the time. So I think that just dealing with the constant, coming and going of employees and trying to make that happen is something that's difficult. And then also with working in a restaurant, both Zach and I do that. It's just you deal with such difficult people, and it's just such a pain in the butt sometimes.
I saw you said right here in your notes that you'd rather do a high end, and you were just talking about doing a high end. Is that going to just because you wouldn't deal with as difficult people because you'd have to be hiring these higher quality people?
Yeah, I feel if more of a high end restaurant would be nice because you don't have to worry about the kind of people who go into a sports bar and just go and
get
drunk and create a mess. But then if you actually have a high end restaurant, then you can charge higher prices for your food. You're going to be bringing in a bigger turnaround compared to something small where the prices aren't as much.
I think also with a higher end restaurant, if obviously you're not just gonna make one with a good reputation, but once you can build a reputation and just kind of something like that just is easy to fill up, I would almost say, but I mean it's not like you just get that right away. But if you have like higher end good food that people like want to come there, and it's kind of like one of those restaurants that people like read or see about, and it's like something on their list, I think that would be more fun and like Zach said, just better people.
Yeah, I'd say for me, I mean, restaurant, it's probably something I wouldn't do, but if I did, I'd definitely start it when I already had a lot of money. I'd probably just have someone mostly just run it all for me, and I'd just kind of be the money
You want to be able to partner with someone who actually has a better idea of what they're doing.
Yeah, because doesn't your dad owns a few restaurants, right? Or
Yeah, my dad's helped open restaurants.
So what exactly, would you want to play the same role he plays in restaurants? Or?
Yeah, actually, I kind of like what he does. Well, so since he has his CPA and all his degrees in accounting and stuff, he helps. So he worked with someone who was a professional chef and professional cyclist, and he wanted to be able to like. So for a while he was a professional chef for cycling teams, and then he wanted to be able to make his own restaurant. But the guy had like no idea of how to actually run a business and bring in revenue and all the money flow and stuff like that. So that's how my dad came into play. So
Gotcha,
they partnered together. So my dad does a lot of the finance accounting part of that. Well,
and that's the same thing you want to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because then that kind of, for like your dad at least, like he doesn't have to necessarily deal with like the personnel and the everyday things, but more just like the week by week finances. And yeah, that's something I'd probably, if I did have someone with a restaurant, probably something closer to that.
I think that would be the way to go, definitely.
Yeah. Well, moving on to our next topic. Stock, I know you're a big Rockies fan.
We didn't even have to do any research for this one because we'll just get our facts on the way from this guy.
Yeah.
But I guess the question everyone's asking, I've been asking myself, is do you think the Rockies are for real? Do you think they...
Yeah, I think they're going to make... They're not going to beat the Dodgers in the West after they picked up Yu Darvish.
Yeah.
So that was a big move. But
Who they have? Yu Darvish, Rich Hill, and Kershaw now?
I mean, Kershaw's out for 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah,
so
he'll be back for playoffs
but,
now.
They had
tough team to
someone
beat.
else who started out 10-0.
It's and they have that rookie guy, not the rookie, like a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
I don't know his name, but
Yeah, but they're not going to be able to catch the Dodgers, I don't think. But
so they want a wild card. You think against the D-backs?
yeah, so they're up. They're first place team in the NL wild card.
How key do you think it is for them to keep that first place? Because at least for the Rockies, playing at Coors versus playing, say they do play the Diamondbacks.
Yeah,
Playing at Coors,
most likely will happen, even though the Diamondbacks are slumping right now.
Because they're gonna face Greinke most likely, and how big of a difference do you think it is for Greinke in Coors Field versus at what is that?
Chase.
Yeah, Chase. Yeah.
I mean, regardless, the Rockies, like even though it's being Zach Greinke, the Rockies always perform well against him. I mean,
with Stories like
Trevor Story is hitting like 500 against him with like 4 or 5 home runs. But I know my stuff. But they always seem to like play well against him. Like they play up to Greinke's level.
So who do you think right now? I was trying to think. If the Rockies do win a wild card, who do you think they're gonna pitch? Because I think it's either gonna be, I just blanked on every name. It's either gonna be Freeland.
I think I think honestly it's gonna be one of the rookies. I think it's gonna be either Freeland or Jeff Hoffman who pitch.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'll also have to see how Bettis comes back because they might want like an experienced guy to start that.
Yeah.
But
Definitely.
it'd be cool to see how he comes back. What did
I'd like to see though if they bring up what's his name?
Brendan Rodgers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna bring him up in September. And I'd like to see how he will help.
Yeah, the thing is, like, you can't really try things out as much in September because, especially when you're in a race, like they're out of it right now. You could bring Rodgers up and he just play, you know. But you can't really. You could give him a game there or something. But if he doesn't perform, he's not going to get another chance.
Well, I think they bring him up and put him in as
like a pinch hitter. Yeah.
I mean, he's
like that, because like you got to keep him. Like he's pinch hitting really well, and I think you got to keep Story in the lineup just because of like his defense and.
Yeah.
I mean, he hit him pretty well. So
Yeah.
he's in decent now. But what do you think the Rockies, both you guys, what do you think the Rockies need to do to win the wild card? What do they have to either continue to do, or is there something new they have to? What do you think the keys down the stretch are here? Last 2 months.
Bullpen.
Bullpen.
Yeah.
I think we have the addition of
Pat Neshek was
cutting me off for everything I said. No, but that's nice. 8-9 setup closer combo. With Neshek and Holland.
He was an all-star this year too.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
What do you guys think? I was thinking about it. What do you, for the Rockies to continue to be like have success past this year, what do you think it's going to take for them?
They're gonna have to trade someone to try and get a veteran pitcher,
Starting pitcher?
I think what I would say, I don't agree honestly. I think what they have to do, normally I'd say pitching, but I think we have a pretty solid guys we can build around right now. I think what we need to do is pay Arenado, pay Blackman, make sure those two stay here.
Yeah.
Those are the two main guys. Just make sure those two aren't leaving, because everyone else kind of replaceable, but those two I think are both MVPs. We can't let them leave. Blackman, Arenado, we need to build around them, and then I think honestly, we have some good starters that are rookies. Like we have Friedland, Hoffman, Senzatella. I mean, they're not going to be aces, but if we can keep if those guys can all pitch like 4 ERAs across the year, I mean, I think that's plenty. I don't think we necessarily need to trade for an ace. And I don't know if we'd have the pieces to give up, honestly, unless we gave up like.
I mean, you talked about this once, like trading Cargo and Story for someone.
Yeah. That's what because then you have Rogers come. That's the only thing I could think of.
Because if you give the young Rockies guys like someone who can like teach them.
That's true.
Yeah. If you were to bring in someone like Greinke, he'd be able to teach the Rockies young pitchers a lot of what to do and like how to handle certain situations and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'd like to see. I wonder what the value is for Cargo now, though.
Yeah.
Hitting 230. Do you guys think it's time to give up on him? Because I see Bud Black, we put him out there every single day still, and he's not doing anything. He's in like
I think
it's time to give up on him, or
I think as soon as Ian Desmond isn't hurt, he'll be back.
You think so? How long is Desmond on the DL, or is he just?
Yeah, it was like a 10-day DL still. But I mean, like.
You think he's gonna be? That'd be interesting to see. I mean, I love Cargo, but
Same here.
he has like 6 home runs this year or something. He's not doing anything.
He's always just been such a streaky guy.
That's why I think that's why Bud Black has so much faith in him, because he always has like at least a month in the season where he just catches on fire. But
he's such a good defender, though. I feel like that's why he does keep him in.
Yeah.
Just because his glove and he's got a good arm.
Yeah, I was wondering if they take him out, and then do you think Jonathan Lucroy is going to be the new?
He is. Yeah.
He is the starter. Is he starting tonight? Do you know? I don't know if
I think
he didn't start yesterday, right?
No, he was sick. I saw that on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm going to the game tonight, so hopefully he starts. It'll be cool to see his debut.
Yeah.
I mean, that would definitely be key, I think, even though he's having a down year. I think, like, when you trade for someone who's having a down year, I don't like taking that into account, because he's proven he can play. And then also, like, when he's changed his scenery and everything, that's going to help him out so much, just jump into a wild card race. Yeah, I think that would be really interesting to see. But like we were saying, Arenado or Blackman, which player, if you had to say who was our MVP so far this season, who would you guys say?
Arenado. Yeah, I would agree. 24 home runs and like 95 RBIs.
And he has 2 walk-off hits this year.
2 months left in the season.
Yeah.
I think exciting to watch.
And you can't. His defense. He makes a defensive play every single day.
I mean,
Best defense.
He's been in the league for 4 years or 5 years. And he's won 4 Gold Gloves.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, I just think Blackman just doesn't get enough. Because you look at Blackman, was he in like 330, 25 home runs out of the leadoff spot? I think like if Arenado wasn't on the team, everyone would be like, oh, then everyone would be like, Blackman's the best player in the MLB. But I thought it'd be interesting. You gotta at least include those two in the MVP race. I think.
I would agree with that. I think Chuck is just like, he doesn't do like anything like that insane, but he's just so consistent.
Yeah, every game he has he's like one. I feel like every game he's like 1 for 3 with like a walk and a double or something.
Yeah, like
he gets on base just about every game.
Yeah, I know he does.
And he like takes good at bats. It's not.
And then I think some guys who also aren't getting a lot of credit for the Rockies, like Parra and Reynolds.
Parra's hitting 360.
I know, and Parra's hitting 360. And Reynolds having like a career year, and he's like third. Like he wasn't even supposed to start this year.
And starting half the time anymore.
Who started? Oh, because Parra's playing first, right?
Yeah.
That's weird. I think we gotta keep Reynolds. If I had to say who would play, I'd say Lucroy, Reynolds, LeMahieu, Story, Arenado, and then you put Blackman center, Parra in the left, and then Desmond in the right.
I'd switch those two.
Right? Wait. Oh yeah. Wait. What did I say? Who's in the? Oh, Parra. You put Parra in right?
Yeah. I think he's got a better arm than Desmond because he was an infielder at first.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. That'll be interesting to see. But I wonder who sucked. You know, like the main wild card race, isn't it? It's like, is Harper leading it right now? Like
in the what?
In the NL. MVP race, my bad.
It's probably Harper and then probably Nolan. Just because Harper just gets so much more attention from playing in DC and having those big sponsors and being on TV all the time.
Do you guys think Nolan's gonna eventually get to that point where he's like
I think he's-
almost? I think he's like getting there now, but like one of those guys. Like still, I feel like if you went to like another state
Yeah.
and talked baseball with somebody
No.
who was just an average fan, they wouldn't really know that much
I think
about.
he's just a quiet guy.
Yeah, he is kind of
Yeah.
quiet, but like, I don't know, he's pretty like a marketable guy, I feel like, because he's like, at least all his interviews, like he's well spoken,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, he has the web gems that everyone wants,
Yeah,
and he's
yeah.
like consistent player. I don't know, I don't think he was ever gonna get to the level of like Trout, like how many endorsements
Yeah.
Trout has.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think the biggest thing with those guys is they all have endorsements.
Big
Like if you think about like
endorsements.
Chris Bryant with like Adidas,
Yeah.
Bryce with Under Armour, Trout with Nike.
Like those three
Yeah.
are three faces of baseball.
And they just
Yeah,
get
and
their
Arenado's
faces pushed
arguably
out.
better than, definitely, I think he's way better than Chris Bryant,
It's
but
not even a comparison.
I think like with, you can put him right up there with Harper, especially like Harper. I love Harper, but I mean Harper, like he's really inconsistent year to year. Arenado's been basically solid ever since he came into the league.
Yeah.
Trout probably best player in baseball, but I
The
mean,
thing I do and don't like about Bryce is he can lose his cool real fast.
yeah. I kind of, I don't know. It's
Fun
kind of,
sometimes.
It's fun to watch, but
Sometimes it hurts him.
What would-
I feel like.
yeah. I think I think we gotta kind of shut the door on Cargo, but down the stretch, I don't know. I think the Rockies.
It'll be interesting.
The Rockies
if they
do.
can get a couple consistent years, that'd be super fun.
They've done a good job rebuilding from what, like 2009.
Yeah. And our best. Do we have any more like top prospects coming up besides?
I don't think there was there's another
We have a
first
couple
baseman.
pitchers.
There's
too, I
another
know.
first baseman, but I don't know his name.
Like, yeah, it's kind of, it'll be weird to see though, because like taking this, like what we have this year into next year,
Mm-hmm.
might be weird to see because like you never know if Paro's gonna have this year again or Reynolds.
Yeah.
Like those guys, you never, like those guys are just having freak years. Like you can count on LeMahieu, Arenado, Blackman basically.
Yeah.
Maybe not Blackman as good as he is this year, but
Mhm.
I mean, he's been getting consistently better. Like he hit like 30 home runs last year.
Yeah,
That's
that's
about
true.
300.
that's crazy. Dude. Like Blackman had like fourth or something on RBIs, and he's a leadoff guy.
Yeah.
Insane. But yeah,
Cool.
moving on to our next topic, another one about music is we all compiled a list of what our top 5 albums of the year are, and then we're just gonna go through and talk about them. So I can start with my list if you guys want.
Yeah, sure.
I'd say my favorite album this year is number 5 is Easy Breezy Thugger Girls by Young Thug, 4 Culture by Migos, 3 One Night Only by Cousin Stiz, 2 The Autobiography by Vic Mensa, and 1 is Damn by Kendrick Lamar.
Very cool. I'd say for mine, I said One Night Only at 5, American Teen at 4, More Life at 3, Damn at 2, and Culture at 1.
For me, I had
Do you have Big Fish 1? That's what I guessed.
I actually don't. It didn't break my top 5.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised that wasn't even one.
Easy Breezy was my 5th, and then it was One Night Only. Funky Wave Bounces Volume 1.
Calvin Harris.
Yep. The Autobiography, and then Damn.
Dude, we have everything almost the same except we have 4 of our 5 the same. I guess stock for you. What appealed to you? So we all had you had Damn 1, you just said, right? And then you had a 2, I had a 1. So what do you guys made Damn a great album? Because I know like what I liked about it, but curious to see what you guys like. Because I know you weren't biggest fan of Kendrick in the past. Neither one of you guys was that big on Pimp a Butterfly, but you guys
Not
both
really.
really liked this
Yeah.
one. So what do you like about Damn so much?
Yeah, I think it's just more of a, I don't know, it's just easier to follow, easier to listen to. It has some cool features on it. I just like the production of it, I guess, is kind of,
Seeing him in concert make
Like,
you
the
guys like it
production
more?
of the concert was the best thing I've ever
yeah, that was insane. Yeah, it was, so that definitely made me appreciate it more. But I don't know, I just really like it, and I think it has some cool messages in it. And
Yeah. What do you value
Well,
stock?
Well, I think Kendrick, I think of more of like a hype, more of a rapper, like more like hard beats, and I like how Damn did that, like compared to Pimp a Butterfly. I feel like Pimp a Butterfly was more of like a.
Because you were more,
calmer.
you were like a fan of Kendrick back in like Section 80 and stuff. It was- I'd say Damn was more like, it was kind of like Section 80.
It kind of brought it back to the old stuff I liked.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
I feel like it was more upbeat, more up tempo, and that's what I liked about it, and that's like kind of not what I really liked about To Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah, I mean, I was a big fan of Pimp a Butterfly, but I definitely get why. Like, it's not for everyone because it's kind of a lot of the beats are more like they're really challenging to listen to because like some of the beats are just like samples that are so chopped up you can barely like hear the drums or anything. So I mean I understand it. I just liked it. It was more like mood music for me. Like if I was in the mood for To Pimp a Butterfly, and I'd love it then. But like I like Damn a lot just because Damn is something that I feel like you can just put on if you're just driving. You don't really like so if you want to listen to it in the background, you know. Because I mean it has like good beats and the nice choruses like Loyalty and Humble and then like DNA and stuff. You can just like listen to it. But then if you like actually want to like sit down and like listen to the music and like kind of like analyze what he's saying, it also has that quite a bit. So, I mean that's what I definitely liked about it.
Yeah, he's pretty cool with that, how he does that. There's a lot deeper meaning to a lot of his songs than other ones. But
do you guys think so like because I had this conversation with like a couple of my friends last year at the end of the year in 2016, and we're talking about like our favorite albums, and I said number 1 was To The Life of Pablo, and 2 was Coloring Book, and 3 I said was Blonde, and 4 was Birds. And now, like going into this year, like Life of Pablo is below all 3 of those, and I definitely like Coloring Book the best, and then Birds, and then Blonde. Like all 3 of those, I think just got way better with time. Do you think there's any albums this year that like you might not like a lot right now, but you think like with time they'll get better, or like vice versa? You think like with time you just might get tired of them? Like for me, I could kind of see myself with like even though like One Night Only I like a lot right now, kind of just like the lyrics like aren't like super deep on this one, so I think like after a little while I'll just kind of like
that's good like bump in your car music.
I feel like after a while like something else will come along. Like I definitely like it for the moment, but
that's the thing with like a lot of those albums I feel like that are kind of not as deep or just like I don't know, they're just like those songs that you hear all the time. Just after a while you just move on to the next thing that you hear all the time, so it doesn't have that much.
That's kind of what was like me with Culture. Like right when it came out it was awesome, like everyone listened to it, but it got played so much all the time that it's kind of just
I could see Culture, like I think what I say I had that like 3 or something.
Something like that.
So I could see myself kind of getting sick of like Culture and One Night Only. The ones I definitely think are gonna stay are the Autobiography and Damn, just because those 2, there's a lot to digest and just very diverse albums. But
yeah, definitely. I think I put Culture at 1 for me because I didn't realize how much I actually loved that album until we went to that concert, and I was just singing every single song. So that's like my kind of music, just like that upbeat, like fast tempo, just stuff you can just scream and make yourself feel good about. So I think that's why that one's my favorite, because that's exactly what I like. So.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think Culture, like I definitely like Cultures a lot, but I just think like Migos, I don't think are at their peak yet, and I can see like when Migos comes out with something new, like I don't think Culture's gonna be their classic album. I think they're gonna have another one, because like I like when T-Shirt first came out, I bumped that for like 3 months, and I like loved it. I still think it's like a great song, but it's just like when there's not a lot to digest and like take in, once like you hear a song enough, it's kind of like what you're saying, like everyone listened to like Mask Off for like a month, and then it's kind of like moves on to like whatever the new hit is.
Yeah, I feel like that's how a lot of those songs are on that album for sure.
Do you think like so kind of like I was thinking with Damn, like the reason it's like when I like listen to an album, a couple things, like do you guys care more about like just a couple hits in the album? Like when you're thinking of like an album, because like one reason like I didn't have More Life in mind, which like I liked quite a few songs of More Life, like 7 or 8 of them. Which if he just released like an 8-song like EP or whatever with just the 8 I liked, it probably would crack my list. But like I don't know, like to me like one thing I really look for now is like cohesiveness and consistency. So like every song I can like listen to kinda, and I just didn't get that with More Life, because like there's quite a few songs on there. It like kind of just get long for me. But do you guys like kind of look for that in albums, or do you just more look for like just like I don't know, like do you?
No, I like to look for consistency. I want something like from
you can like listen to all the way through.
That I will enjoy listening to.
Yeah, because that's kind of how I listen to music too. Like I kind of, because like I used to make playlists a lot, but now I kind of just like pick an album, let it play through, and then.
That's what I do.
I think it also kind of depends on the artist too, because some people like they'll just have like a couple hits in their album. Like if you listen to like a 2 Chainz album or something like that. Even Migos, sometimes it's just like a couple hits in the album. But somebody like Kendrick or like Chance or like those guys, those ones are kind of the ones that I look forward to listening to it as an album as a whole.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because that's kind of, I think that's kind of like what I didn't even, like this is kind of what I've got this conversation, like kind of a good album in the moment when it comes out I think it's kind of just like the production, like we're talking like culture and one night only and stuff like.
It's got
those
a
are
couple
really
of those
good.
like really